500,000 Kenyans who conducted the elections, POs, deputy POs, ROs, and everyone, conspired against them. That is, the numbers don't pan out. The allegations of the form don't pan out. And the question I kept on asking, and this court should ask, is, what if on the day of the election, God forbid, that the RTS system of IEBC collapsed? And the only thing that is available to this court are original Form 34As. Will this court say, since your RTS system collapsed, there is no election that you held, that the franchise and the vote of the Kenyan cannot be gotten from those ballot boxes and those forms? And the second question, and which is really, and we have indicated that in the firewalls and the affidavit of Hila Kavogo, and how robust our system was, and how many who tried to do that. The other question is, 300 million Kenyans access that portal. They know the results as indicated. Those results can be verified from the forms original available, from the forms of the agent. And I think the court should make a determination that their numbers don't add up. The allegations of the form fall flat on what we have demonstrated. And the allegations relating to forms in the portal being different from what their agents have are an attempt to actually present the court with evidence that it forged. And the court should actually look at those documents, look at those forged logs, and take necessary action against any officer who will have presented those logs or documents. Allegations have been made about Gudino and access. You will find in the affidavit of Hila Kavogo, those people were leads who were actually providing ICT help at the level of the systems. And every person was logged off from our system on the 8th of August. There is an email we have attached to the affidavit as relates to that. Anyone who had access to our systems was someone who was authorized to do. And finally, the court should ask the question, whether the 50% plus 1 was met. And to that question, Your Ladyship, the late Justice Antonin Scalia, whenever he went to give lectures to all over the United States, everyone used to ask him about Bush v. Gore, and he will know whether someone is a Republican or a Democrat as to the question they will ask, and his answer will be, get over it, it's over. So to 50 plus 1, the court made its determination in 2013 on the votes cast and valid votes and the rejected ballot. Rejected are not votes. Votes is an authentication of preference. There's nothing called rejected votes. That's a rejected ballot. The court emphatically made that decision in 2013 and in 2017. To the petitioner's answer as to that, I think the simple answer will be, get over it. With those few remarks, I yield the floor.
Thank you very much, my colleague, Mr. Mahat. Madam Chief Justice, Madam Deputy Chief Justice, honorable members of the court, may it please you, I am called upon to look at issues number 8 and 9 on the materiality question and on reliefs. My Lord, in view of the time, I will not go into...
Sorry, Counsel, for our recording system, if you can just introduce yourself. We know you, but for our...
I apologize, my Lord. My name is Abdi Kadir H. Muhammad. I appear with my learned colleagues for the IEBC and the chair. My lords, my ladies, in view of the timing, I will not go into a lot of the law as far as the standard of proof is concerned. This matter is tried as far as the law is concerned. The standard is higher than 4 civil cases, normal civil cases, but does not go as far as required for criminal cases. In other words, it does not go as far as beyond reasonable doubt, but it is higher than a balance of probabilities, except where criminal conduct is alleged or there is an election offense alleged, in which case then you go to the higher proof beyond reasonable doubt. The submissions of the first and second respondent in the lead, the submission of the respondents in the lead petition at paragraph 8, page 4, deal with the law, the cases, Raila Odinga 2013, para 203, number 1, presidential election number 1 of 2017, para 151 to 152, and the courts clearly state that the allegations should not be general, they should not be bare allegations, and the standards must be met. In John Harun Mwau, at page 349 to 350, 2017, that was the holding of the courts. So the law is very clear on this matter, my lords and my ladies. I'll then go on itemizing some of the allegations or some of the issues raised in terms of illegalities and irregularities, and specifically state whether those standards have been met, and in broad case, they haven't. So there have been allegations of a dysfunctional commission. This, my lords, is not a court dealing with a corporate governance case. It is an election petition court dealing with the presidential elections in 2022. My lords and my ladies, the case of Maina Kiai dealt with the issues of the commission and the chair and their place in the process that we are talking about, in the verification process. And it is very important to understand that the petitioners want to turn that case on its head, because if you recall, what the petitioners in the Maina Kiai case were fighting against, it was the interference by the commission or the chairman in the results when they come to the National Tallying Center. This is exactly what the petitioners are asking to do. They are asking the commission to interfere with the results at that point. That is not the law. Number 2, there was the allegation that the commission is equal to the commissioners. That was dealt with by my learned colleague, Senior Counsel Kamau Karori. But let me just add that it will be absurd to say that the only elections, the only verification that is acceptable under the law is verification by the commissioners. What then would we make of the elections at the counties and the tallying and verification at the counties and the tallying and verification at the constituencies where no commissioner is present? What would we make of Section 39(1)(c), which says the commission will transmit? Which commissioner transmitted when? It is the commission officers, the commission employees, and the commission is certainly more than the commissioners. My lords, that allegation, therefore, that there was a dysfunctional commission and this led to the results not being verified is not borne. The standards have not met, and it is not the law. The commission practically will need to rely on its officers across the country in the 46,000 plus polling stations for the work of the commission, including presiding officers verifying and transmitting. The next allegation broadly was the issue of the rogue chairman. Here we have a bogeyman where all the issues can be affixed to this good gentleman. At the end of the day, after you clear through the fog, what were the issues that the chairman was being accused of? They do not meet the standards, I pray, that would be required for us to overturn the presidential elections in the general election of 2022 and send 14 million plus Kenyan voters back to the vote and spend immeasurable amounts in treasure. The chairman is accused of single-handedly conducting the elections, of gazetting himself, and it's alleged that the office of returning officer for the presidential election does not exist. I adopt the presentation from my learned colleague, Mr. Kamau Karori. But suffice it to say that we all accept that 138.10 gives a role to the chairman to declare. That regulation 87.3 gives legal roles to the chairman, and case law has given legal roles to the chairman. Those roles, when you put them together, essentially spell out the role of a returning officer. And in the old company law, the definition of a director used to go that a director is a director by whatever name called. And the returning officer is the returning officer by whatever name called, because he is undertaking the functions of the returning officer. Let me now turn to